Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of Vertica Unbox series. So in the previous session we have discussed about how we can install Vertica on Linux, and this time we would explore the admin tool. Some of the admin tool basic operations are create a database, stop a database, start a database, drop a database, view database on the cluster, and many more. So admin tool is a Python software program that is shipped with Vertica RPM and is used to manage the database on a pre-existing Vertica cluster. So what, how we can run it, how does it look like, whether it has a UI interface or do we need to run it through command line. So we will explore those options now. So we can run it using a simple command that can pop up the UI. So the command is opt vertica bin admin tools. When we hit it, we can get a complete UI menu of what we can do through our UI. So we can see the Vertica cluster state. If we can just enter it, it would show that there is no database running. So it's all empty right now. So, and we have some other options like connect to DB, start database, stop database, restart Vertica on host, configuration menu, advanced menu. So in configuration menu, we can create a database. We can run database designer, which is the more advanced thing. We will have this session in upcoming series. And then we have a view database. There are some restart policies that we can apply, some distribute config file, and drop DB, and many more. So we're not going to cover each and everything. It's just you that can explore everything after you install the Vertica. But before going to this UI, this is one of the exercise for you to just explore the options in the UI. We will going to cover uh, more options of admin tool using command line interface, not through the UI or this blue screen. So let's clear the screen, and now we will going to see what are the tools available in admin tools. So with the help parameter, we can see what tools we have in the admin tool. All right. So here you can see -t is the option for parameter for admin tool, and the available tools are command host, connect to DB, create DB. There are lot many. So these are really important for an administrator or a user to work on Vertica and manage the Vertica cluster DB both. So let's use some of the tools and create a database. All right, just clearing out the screen. Opt Vertica bin admin tools, and then I can use the tool create DB. I can write a DB name with a -d option, uh, say demo underscore DB, and I can also write uh, the IP on which I need to have my database running. So uh, the I right now my installation is on 3 nodes. Earlier video you can see how we can install the Vertica that was on the single node, and here we will going to uh, first create a database on a single node, and then um, we'll add a node, and we'll see how we can add more nodes in a database. So I just put my IP and I just enter and start creating the database. So it says database with one or two node cannot be case safe, and it may lose data if it crash. So we will cover this concept of case safety within a cluster in our upcoming sessions. So here we can see it just checking the node status. It's up and installing the packages. A lot of packages like AWS complex type place, machine learning, Parquet, voltage. There are a lot of different packages that can be installed so that anyone can use it for analytical purposes. So once it's installed, we can see using the pSQL or vSQL utility that yeah, can we access the database or not. So after creation of the database, our first steps to see if it has a process running or not. So using ps-ef grep, we just see. All right, I can see we have a demo DB running on port 5433, which is the by default port for Vertica. And so yeah, and using opt Vertica bin pSQL, we can see we can connect to the database. So if I just write select star from nodes, I can see one node in a cluster of DB, or one node in a DB, not in a cluster, sorry. Cluster has 3 node. So that's one of the thing. Now let's just try to add a node. All right, so I will going to add a node using the word admin tool, opt vertica bin admin tools with option db add node, db add node, and I will going to write the next node I have in a cluster where the Vertica is already installed. So, oh, sorry, it's node, and we also need to give the DB name, demo DB. So, all right, let's start adding the node to the existing database that we have, and once it's added, we can see two different nodes in the database. Just wait for some time, it will going to add in a couple of minutes. And also it depends on when you are adding the nodes, so that all the redistribution of data would happen to that particular node. So mostly it starts in a very different way, like it starts with down db, then it recovers and it would be up. So those are the basic steps. So now we can connect to database again. All right, and then we can check if we have another node in the cluster. Okay, boom. We can see the two different nodes in a database. All right, so now it's time to stop the database. All right, so we can use the admin tool again for and we can use a utility or a tool stop db and then demo db. It will take a couple of seconds and will stop the db. After this tool, we will going to use the start db, and then we can again do the stop db, and we will drop the db then. So those are the basic things, but you can try different tools using CLI with opt Vertica bin admin tools. So there are multiple options you can try. Just go by admin tools help, and you will figure out how many options you have, and then you can do all the homework, uh, and you can try out different tools. Um, that would be really beneficial to learn as a beginner. All right, so I will going to use the same, and I will start db again. All right, now it will initialize the node, and both one node and two node both would be initialized, and then they will going to get up, and Vertica database would be up. These are the basic things that one should know before using the database. All right, the nodes are initialized and up, and then we can see all nodes are up, database is up. So let's stop the database again, or if you want to just try view cluster, then you can also see if we have a database here or not. But let's just stop the cluster and drop the database to check these basic commands. So it will also be happening in the same way like we did in the previous command. Once the database will be dropped, then you would not going to see any of the processes of the database, and you can see the port 5433 for Vertica DB is also available. So let's just do drop DB. It will take a couple of seconds, and depending on the data you have, and it will drop the database. All right, then just see if you have any processes for demo DB. Oops, there's no process. 5433 is available. You can create the database again on 5433, and you can just run your SQLs. There are multiple different things, multiple different fundamentals of Vertica database, which is a columnar database, and it's super fast. So we will cover all the fundamentals in this next session. We will cover what Vertica utilize, and how it's different from other databases, uh, why it's so fast, how the parallel processing will be handled, and how a columnar database makes it so special. All right, so keep on sharing my video, and please like, share, and subscribe, and help me out.